So the main chunk of your essay is the body paragraphs. This is the middle section. In a standard 5-paragraph essay, you have 3 body paragraphs. So body paragraphs are where you actually prove your thesis. This is where you establish your supporting points, you give evidence, and then you tell us why it's important. Okay. Now, for different kinds of essays, you'll have to do different things in the body paragraphs, but we're doing a very standard one. So again, how many do you need? Technically, for 2 body paragraphs is sufficient to create an essay, but usually most teachers in college want you to have at least 3 points. As you write larger pieces, like a 15-page research paper or something like that, you may have introductions that are more than 1 paragraph. You may have 4 or 5 or 6 paragraphs for your body. Your conclusion might be 2 or 3 pages long. So again, like I said, this is the bread and butter form. If you understand how to do this, then writing larger papers or just expanding or adding different kinds of modular kind of ideas onto it, right? So when you get to Comp 2, we'll do things like add counter argument paragraphs, right? But the rest of it's still pretty standard. Your focus, again, unity is really important. If you look at the MindTap videos that I've given you, you don't have to watch them, but they're there to help you out if you want more information. Some of them are about coherence and unity and all of that. You might want to watch this, but basically what it means that every body paragraph is governed by a topic sentence, and that topic sentence is direct support to the thesis. And whatever that topic sentence is, you can only talk about that in the body paragraph. You can't include anything else. Then you'll move on to the next topic sentence for the next body paragraph, and that paragraph has to focus on proving it, okay? So again, 1 point per paragraph. So you can see I like to use the acronym MEET to talk about body paragraph development. M is the main point, which is your topic sentence. E is for evidence. This is explanation and examples that you give to explain what you mean by the topic sentence. A is for analysis. This is how you then put it all together and say, and that's why volunteering is important, or that's why this transformed my life, or whatever point you're trying to make. And then T is just transitions. This is that throughout your writing, this is where that MindTap video on coherence is important, because transitions help our writing be more coherent. They provide those links between ideas and sentences and words that help the writing flow, and the reader knows where we're going and why we're going in that direction. All right. So the next thing is step 5.1 on topic sentences. So the topic sentence is the first sentence of your body paragraph, and it comes from your thesis, right? So if we think about our example essays thesis about that volunteering transformed their lives and led them to a new direction, right? We're going to expect that our topic sentences are going to be somewhat related to that, right? So it says, my family never struggled for money, so I did not understand how very poor people lived until I met these kids. Obviously, that's a transformational moment, right? When he finally understood about what real poverty is, right? The second topic sentence is, helping others is certainly the primary reason one should volunteer, but I discovered that these children taught me things too. So again, another transformative moment. And then finally, as I finished my time in the after-school program, I decided I wanted to do more, and this led me to changing my career plan. So there's that third part, or that second part of his thesis, which is about a new direction. So paragraphs 1 and 2 are about transformation. Paragraph 3 is about new direction. But we can actually see. Now, when we read this first one, maybe by itself alone, it's not totally clear how this might be transformation. And that's where you get the evidence part. That's where you then explain and give examples that show how is this related, how does this support the thesis, right? And then the analysis then kind of showing us that reflective part. Why is this important, right? So if we look here at this one alone, so my family never struggled for money, so I did not understand how very poor people lived until I met these kids. Topic sentence, main point, right? So now explanation. Most of them were from low-income families who could not afford after-school care. So this is giving us more information about how they were poor, right? And then he says, I was ashamed that things I took for granted, like swimming lessons and basic sports gear, were out of reach for most of these kids. So he's giving us a more specific aspect of how he didn't understand, right? And remember, this is about transformation. So he's going to have to show us by the end of this paragraph how he went from this point of ignorance, right, to a point of knowledge. And then why was that important? What did that do to him that made such an important difference, right? So he says, after I realized this, I started talking to the other aides. Over the next 2 weeks, we devised a plan to gather donated sports gear and arrange time at the local community pool to give swimming lessons to any of the kids that wanted them. This last was possible because another aide and I were certified lifeguards. So here you see him talking about how did he volunteer his skills in a way that made a difference, right? He says, I will never forget the faces of the boys and girls as they picked out baseball mitts, helmets, soccer balls, or the first time they floated without help in the pool, right? And so now he's on the outside. This is that moment that he was transformed, right? He can remember seeing their faces, right? He says, my time with these children taught me to look more closely at my community for opportunities to help others, right? He could have gone a different direction, but again, we see what did that do? How did it change him? That's what transformation is, right? So we see what the benefit of this volunteering was for him. And you're going to see that all of the other paragraphs follow pretty much the same pattern. He's going to give us the point, right? He's going to explain what he means by that. He's going to give specific details to make it come alive, right? Those are these examples. And then he's going to tell us, why did this matter, right? That's the analysis part. Why is it important that he went through this? What did it teach him, right? Same thing here is going to follow that same path. That's what you do in your body paragraphs. And so you're going to see through each of these different sections that I'm going to give you details if you need more. Now at the end of the topic sentence module, you're going to see the essay 1 outline, and that's your first big assignment for this unit, right? And so what you're going to do is by the time you finish topic sentences, you'll have your thesis, you'll have your 3 topic sentences. You should know roughly who your audience and your purpose and your topic is. And then you should be able to paraphrase your thesis, which is what we do in the conclusion. So if you see this handout, you need to download it. Now, please note that in Brightspace, when you click it, it's going to show this kind of preview, but you actually need to come here and download. And sometimes it distorts the formatting here. So if you just look at it thinking that you can replicate it, sometimes you don't even see it the way it needs to. Sometimes people will have view as text clicked instead of view as page. And so you can see it didn't change it too much, but on some things it changes it a lot. So you just need to download it. It opens up as a DOC file. And then all you have to do is just add your name, right? The date here. Write whatever your working title is for your essay, and then all I want you to do is click right after the colons, and I want you to type your sentence. Here's your thesis, your 3 topic sentences, and your paraphrase. And you're going to upload that for me to give you some feedback so I can see, are your topic sentences making sense with your thesis? Do you have a real clear focus here or not? Okay, so that's what you're going to save. And remember, you're going to save as... And you're going to save as DOE, and then you can say E1 outline, I think is what I tell you to do. It says in the, on the actual essay assignment, outline assignment down here. If you click that, it tells you, last name underscore E1 outline, and then you just upload it there. And I will look at it and give it back to you, hopefully within 24 hours. So that's your first major assignment. And then if you come back over here, we were right there. So now we're going to go here to 5.2, which is evidence.